Hello, I'm Stewart Bloor. I've just arrived at the lake, just in time actually to get my shelter up. It's a nice day, but there are some sharp showers that are appearing from out of nowhere, and it is windy as well, so I've decided to film the opening clip inside my shelter. Behind me, as you can see, is my bait for the session. There are three questions that I get asked more than anything else put together, and those three questions are: where did you fish? How big was it? And what did you catch it on? So behind me, that's the bait. I'll show you that now, and I will talk about that, or should I say, I will write about that in the article that goes with the video. I'll write about that in a little bit more detail. The rods are out, and as you can now see, it's dark. The wind has dropped off completely, and the surface of the lake, it's like a mirror, just absolutely still. It's amazing, isn't it, how the weather changes. No wonder we talk about the weather so much in the British Isles. There are a couple of oyster catchers that I've seen in flight during the evening, and they have settled somewhere on the lake, round the other side somewhere, because I can actually hear them. I was hoping to pick them up on camera, but they've gone quiet just as I switched it on. This has got to be one of my most bizarre catches ever. I've just had a trout on popped up boilie, and I'm about to return it now. That's the fish. I've got a photograph of it which you can see in the article. These tench certainly like their giant corn-shaped boilies. This is the second one of the night. I even put a double boilie on here to try and tempt something bigger. Well, a carp, but can't complain, can you? Look at the size of that. No wonder they take a double boilie down with a mouth like that. Still after carp, of course, but I'm on a different venue. That's the canal behind me. I've arrived for an evening session. No doubt hear the birds having their final song before they retire for the night. Got the rods out. Looking forward to getting amongst these very elusive canal carp. But before I move on in the session, let me introduce my guest for this week, Andy Walker. Andy has caught some good fish, some big fish, UK carp as well. But the question I asked Andy, not what is your biggest fish, but what is your most memorable carp that you've caught. So this is what Andy had to say in reply to that question, and that's followed immediately by an outtake, which I think you'll find funny.
Alright, Stu. Yeah, the question about my most memorable carp would most likely be a common that I caught up at Acton a couple of seasons ago. I mean, I've had a lot of bigger fish than that, but this was a 32-pound common which I took. I'd moved pegs as I'd done a night and hadn't had anything, and then I moved into the shallows and I'd put my rods out, baited my spots up, and I just kept my eye on the water, and I noticed this fish that was fizzing about 10 yards out. And so I reeled one of my rods in. I just put a little tiny lead on and a little stick with a lobworm wafter, and I just gently placed it about 3 foot away from where I'd seen this fish feeding. I just put the rod straight on the floor, no bobbing on, nothing, just complete slack lines, and within about 3 minutes it just rattled off and had this lovely 32-pound common. And I really felt that that was a well-deserved fish from a very hard pressured water. That's probably my most memorable fish that I can remember having. Right, Stu, my most...
Never try to answer a serious question when you've got comedians in the background. Right, back to the session. Did you hear that? A little bit of an indicator there. No doubt liners, although I am using backleads. So I'm hoping to get amongst these carp myself. Not as big as the ones Andy catches, because this, after all, is the Staffs Worcestershire Canal. And as I keep saying, you know, throughout my angling journal, that it's not about the actual size of the fish, but rather the size in relation to the water that we're actually fishing at that particular time. there've been lots of bubbles on the canal, and I just tweeted that I'm expecting a £2 bream. Well, I'm into something here, and I think it's a £4 branch. There may be a bream around it, I don't know. Let's see. Well, it was more like a double figure branch, a little bit above the surface as you saw there, but a lot beneath it, like an iceberg really. Got the rod back out again, the other one's still intact, that's just to the left of me. It's now well into dusk, and of course I'm hopeful. Could this be the carp that I've been waiting for? This is another session, by the way. It's not the canal in front of me, as you can see. It's a new lake that I'm fishing this year, and I'll tell you all about that in the article. I might not tell you where the lake is, of course. Sometimes I fish syndicates and waters that have no publicity and so on and so forth. Can you believe it? It's a tench. Never mind, no such thing as a nuisance fish. Been here all night and I get a screaming run when it's from a tench. The video's coming to an end now. Do I get my carp, or do I have to be content with brown trout, bream and tench? Check out the article and all will be revealed.